Google Summer of Code 2026 is finally here. And if you're a college student, whether you are in your first year, second year, third year, or final year, and you have a genuine interest in open source or software development, Google Summer of Code can be a very strong opportunity for you. In this video, we will cover Google Summer of Code 2026 end to end, starting from absolute basics all the way to the final selection. What GSOC actually is, how open source work in real project, how much stipend you receive and who is eligible to apply, how projects and selection work, and most importantly, how to prepare for GSOC with a clear and practical roadmap instead of random guessing. Now, even if you are hearing about GSOC for the very first time or think it is only meant for top coders, by the end of this video, you will have a complete clarity on how GSOC works and how can you realistically use this opportunity to grow your skills and shape your future career. Now, before understanding GSOC, it's very important to understand what open source actually means. Now, open source software is a software whose source code is publicly available, which means anyone can see it, study it, improve it, and contribute to it. You'll be amazed to know that projects like Linux, Python, Android, and Kubernetes are built this way by thousands of developers from different parts of the world. In open source, you are not just coding alone. You work with experienced developers who review your code, suggest improvement, and follow real industry practices like testing, documentation, and long-term maintenance. This is how real software used by millions of people is built, which is why open source experience is extremely valuable for students and early career professionals. Now that you understand open source, let's talk about what Google Summer of Code actually is. Google Summer of Code or GSOC is a global program run by Google that helps students and beginners get started with open source software development. Instead of working on dummy projects or assignment, GSOC allow you to contribute to real open source projects that are actively used across the world. During the program, you work with an open source organization under the guidance of experienced mentors and spend the summer building or improving a real feature or system. If you successfully complete your project, Google provides a stipend. This is why GSOC is neither a typical internship nor a complete training course. It is a real contribution program where you gain practical experience while contributing meaningful code. Now, what makes GSOC even more valuable is that it benefits both the sides. Now, while you gain hands-on development experience and mentorship, your work directly helps open source project grow and improve for users worldwide. Now, let us address one of the most common questions: who can apply for GSOC? To apply for GSOC 2026, you must be at least 18 years old at the time of registration. You should be a student or a beginner in open source, typically with around 2 years or less experience. You must also be legally eligible to work in a country where you will stay during the coding period. There is no requirement to be from a top college or to be an expert coder. GSOC is designed for beginners who are genuinely serious about learning and contributing. Next, let's understand how projects work in GSOC. Projects are divided into 3 sizes. First is small project of around 90 hours, medium projects of around 175 hours, and large projects of around 350 hours. The standard coding period is 12 weeks, but it can be extended up to 22 weeks if the mentor approves. For small projects, the coding period is usually around 8 weeks. During this time, you work closely with mentors, submit evaluations, and build real features for the organization. Now, coming to another major question, the stipend. Yes, Google provides a stipend to contributors who successfully complete their projects, and the amount depends on project size and your country. The most important thing to understand is that you are paid while you learn, contribute to real software, and improve your skill. Now, however, stipend should never be the main motivation to apply. The real value of GSOC lies in the experience and mentorship plus credibility it adds to your profile. To give you a rough idea, in countries like India, the stipend is comparable to Google's STEP internship, roughly around 1 to 1.25 lakh rupees per month, adding up to about 3 to 4 lakhs over the summer. Think of stipend as the bonus. The experience is what truly matters. Before applying, there are a few important things you should think about. First, understand your interest, whether you are inclined towards AI, data, web development, system, developers tools, or something else. Second, be clear about the technologies you are comfortable with, such as Python, C++, JavaScript, Java, Android, or Django. Third, be honest about your time commitment. Depending on the project size, you will need to dedicate 90, 175, or 350 hours during the coding period, and GSOC requires consistent effort. Now let us talk about how to actually prepare for GSOC, step by step. step. First, build a strong programming fundamental. Choose one primary language and become comfortable with core concepts like variables, loops, function, classes, and basic data structure. Along with this, learn Git and GitHub because open source completely depends on version control. You should know how to clone repository, create branches, commit codes, and raise pull requests. This step is not negotiable. Next, understand how open source work in practice. Start exploring GitHub properly, pick a few repositories, and observe how issues are discussed, how pull requests are reviewed, and how contributors communicate. Don't rush into contributing immediately. Now, first understand the workflow. This helps remove the fear of large code bases. After that, start with small contribution. Begin with simple tasks like fixing documentation, improving comments, or solving beginner-friendly issues. Many repositories labels issues at good first issue or beginner-friendly. At this stage, the goal is not a big contribution, but getting comfortable with the contribution process. Once GSOC organizations are announced, usually around January or February, start shortlisting organization. Think about your interests, the technologies involved, and how active the organization is. Gradually narrow down from around 200 organizations to 1 to 3 serious choices. After shortlisting, engage with the community, join their communication channel, ask questions, and participate in discussions. Try to understand the project deeply. Mentor, don't select only good coders. They look for contributors who communicate well and show genuine interest. Remember, most mentors are volunteers, so patience and respect are very important. Now let us understand the GSOC timeline. Organization application usually open in January and the list of accepted organizations is announced by Feb. Contributor application open around mid-March. The community bonding period runs from April to May, followed by the coding period from May to August. Finally, evaluation and submission happen towards the end of the year. This timeline clearly shows the preparation should start much before application open. After understanding the timeline, the final and most important step is writing your proposal. Now, once you finalize 2 to 3 organizations, you start working on your proposal. A proposal is a detailed plan where you explain which project you want to work on or what problem you are solving and how you plan to complete the work during the coding period. It typically includes a clear project description, your technical approach, a rough timeline, and a brief background of your skill and experience. You can submit a maximum of 3 proposals in total. So it's better to focus on quality rather than just quantity. Start writing your proposals early, ideally before contributor application open, and share it with organization for feedback. Improve it based on suggestion and be patient during this process. To wrap this up, GSOC is not just about being the best coder, it's about being curious, consistent, and genuinely interested in open source. If you start early, build strong basics, contribute small fixes, communicate well, and write a thoughtful proposal, you already stand a strong chance. This was all for this video. Thank you and see you in the next video.